Hey there folks, welcome back to another video. This is Don at Affordable Desert Living. Well, I had no idea that a toilet like mine needs to breathe in order to work. I thought, well, you just hook it to the septic tank, which I did, and we're good. But nope, it needs enough air to work properly. So I'll show you what I mean. So let's look at the very beginning of where it becomes super important for venting. First of all, this main pipe here, this 3-inch piece of pipe, goes all the way vertically up into the toilet. Okay? Now you get a branch coming over to here and then straight up vertical. That is the vent. So no liquid in here, it's just all air. It goes here and straight up inside the building. So all of the pressurized gas from the septic system can vent out here and then all the way up into the house. And we'll go inside the house in a second. But before we do so, this handy guy right here is a clean out. And what I thought was, just in case it gets all plugged up underneath the toilet there, I can unscrew this. The toilet hasn't been used yet, by the way. I can take a plumber's snake, push that in there, and then essentially shove that into that section and clean out any clogs of any sort in case somebody put something down there they shouldn't have. And this is just on hand tight. When I put the system, when I start to use the system, I'll probably use pipe dope and some tape just to make sure that that's good and sturdy and doesn't come undone. So let's go into the house and I'll show you where this all-important vertical vent pipe goes. This is a vertical pipe that goes all the way down underneath the floor, as I showed you earlier, and hooks to that main sewer line from the flush and goes right up through into the ceiling. And so I will show you how I connected that 3-inch pipe and reduced it down just to 2 inches. And after it's reduced down, now it comes completely across up into this T and vents outside to the north end of the building. Then it keeps going all the way over, makes an elbow, and then makes that elbow, travels a little bit horizontally, and then connects to 2 elbows that take it all the way down to where the kitchen sink is going to be. So there's another branch here that's a 3-inch pipe, and that goes all the way over across the building to the sink. Now folks, at that far end, again, you can see where the vertical pipe for the toilet is, and that travels all the way over 16 feet to come right over here to where the sink will be. And yes, indeed, you can see I've got another clean out just down below where the sink is as well. I'm racing against the storm. Should I go under that house and do my plumbing, or wait till the storm passes? Well, being a bit of an adventuresome sort, I'm going under the house. So what I've got to do here is support this 3-inch pipe that goes up into my sink region, travels all the way over, because sink water is black water here, and then empties over at the far corner where my toilet does, and then down into the septic tank. So this is not supported except for one small place. And also I put a level on this to make sure this is 1/4 inch per foot in drainage slope. So it's just a matter of crawling around and getting this done before the storm comes. Got our nice serious pavers here. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be a really big guy, you know, tall and just really big. At 5'6" and 158 pounds, not really big. And this is where it comes in handy. There, that's going to be really nicely supported, I think. Maybe put like 2 more down that way. Down just a bit. So we're up just a hair on this. So I think the verdict is in. More digging. Worth the effort, I think, because now I know this is good and solid and I never have to muck with it again, hopefully. Okay, so our vent pipe's a little unconventional. Instead of coming right through the roof, it's coming out through the peak. I just didn't want to put a hole in my beautiful metal roof, and I don't think there'll be an issue. It's all about gases escaping from the septic system, and it should still work okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take this piece, it's about 12 inches long, of 2-inch PVC, Schedule 40. I've already glued a coupling on the end, and that's going to marry onto that 2-inch piece up in the peak that's protruding out of the side of the building, up in the eave area. Now, when it's up there, what I'm going to need to do is employ this part right here. Now, what I've done is put a screen, you can see this black mesh screen in here, to keep insects from coming in there and just building nests if they're bees or whatever, and or coming down and blocking that important vent pipe, because that is venting my toilet and my sink out into the north end of the building. And again, it's way up high, so if there are any gases that go out, they should be fine. Also, an important factor, my wind here generally blows south to north, meaning that, again, any fumes or gases from the septic or sink should get blown far away. If, for whatever reason, the gases seem to build up and blow into my window and cause a lot of unhealthy smells, then I can cut this entirely off, put an elbow, and make it go way up past the peak of the metal roof. Now it may get a little bit of water down in there, but I don't think it'll be an issue because essentially it then all just ends up down into the septic because all of that piping is tilted towards the septic tank. Okay, these guys just got bent over in a storm. I didn't do anything, they just were bent over like that. So I am going to make good use of them. Okay, I think the birds will love it, especially ash-throated flycatchers. They love to perch up high and look for insects. So it'll be really fun just to see who enjoys their new perches. All right, so my next step was to finish out this clean out that is directly below the sink. Just in case the sink got severely clogged, I'd be able to just unscrew this and then put some type of roto-rooter device or snake thing in here and ream that out and unplug it. Now, obviously this is too long, I need to cut it, but the storm has different plans for me, and so I'm going to have to come back and do this later. And when I put the skirting on the building, I'll leave a square hole that I can access this with no issues. And I don't mind if this sticks out a little bit. It's going to be disguised anyway. Now I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to use thread tape and pipe dope on it later on, but the sink's not going to be working for a while, so I'll take care of that later. So from that clean out at the bottom, underneath here, coming up to here, everything transitions to 2 inches, and this 2-inch Y is going to lead to the sink itself. And of course, there'll be elbows and other bits of plumbing that allow that kitchen sink to be in place and work properly, but that'll come later on. For now, I just need to close it all off So at this point, when you flush the toilet, it's possible that a bit of odor could actually even come out here because this whole system is interconnected. So I found this, it's cooking spray, Pam cooking spray, and I had a cover just kicking around. And the beautiful thing is, it fits in there really nicely. And that's temporary, but now it should reduce any kind of odors that come out this way. Well, some of you have been asking me about my pond, how the new setup with my new filter system is working. And I'll tell you, for I think the first couple weeks or so, it actually seemed to get murkier, and I was not a fan. I'm like, this was a mistake. Boy, was I wrong. Several weeks now later, and look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I can see clear to the bottom. I'm going to try throwing this quarter in to see if it goes in, if I can end up seeing it. And there it is. As you can see, that 5-gallon pail filter is down in there doing its thing. And you'll see water motion there because the pump is turned on. It pushes all the water around and cleans it and recycles it back into the pond. So this far exceeded any expectations I had for this DIY filter. I love the thing, and it's just fantastic. Algae is very, very little, none to speak of, and the water's nice and clear. Absolutely gorgeous. I keep thinking I should put some fish in. What do you folks think? And if you think I should put fish in, what kind of fish do you think I should put in? Leave it in the comments below. So if you found this video helpful in some way, you might give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed, you might want to subscribe. There's so much more work to do to make this beautiful home into a place that I can live and be comfortable. So you might want to follow along. Also, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when my next video is posted. And a big shout out and thanks to those who've supported me. I just recently got a wonderful gift through PayPal, and you know who you are, so thank you ever so much. And we'll see ya on the next video.